Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, may Allah reward you brothers for coming here today, because you didn't have to be here and there's a million other things you could be doing right now. Now what my talk is going to be about is prison, because well, I don't know, alhamdulillah, hey! To anyone making noise upstairs, could you please quiet it down, please? Okay, that's better. Okay, so basically my talk's going to be about prison. And unfortunately, I've been in prison a few times, and as a convert I came to the conclusion that Islam was the truth in jail. Now, unfortunately, amongst young people, whose kids are there? Okay, so unfortunately, when you're young and you're listening to music and stuff, and you come from a council estate, prison, in the music videos, you know, amongst the boys that are hanging out and stuff like that, and the rappers and so forth, they try and make it look cool. Yeah, and something glamorous. But anyone that's been in prison knows this is a fake lie. Even the rappers that say it's cool, they're lying, because when they could get caught doing a crime, like a smash and grab in a jewelry shop, and they still plead not guilty. Why? If prison's so cool and so glamorous and so great, why plead not guilty when you're caught on the crime scene, bounced to right, with the jewels in your hand and the smashed window and feds pointing guns at you? But it's given this illusion that it's cool, and yeah, if you go jail, unfortunately, amongst the non-Muslims, it's like, if you go to prison, it's like you've been university. You got a degree or you got a master's, it lifts your ranks up in the street. Because in that jahiliyyah and that dunya, they try and make it look attractive and glamorous, and it raises your ranks in the street. But one thing you got to understand as a Muslim, we're not sheep. Brothers, be quiet. One thing we got to understand as Muslims is that we are not sheep. We're not followers. We don't go ba, this rapper's doing this, ba, this rapper's doing this. If this rapper wears his trousers a certain way, I wear my trousers a certain way. If this rapper gets slits in my haircut, I get slits in his eyebrows, I get slits in my eyebrow. If this rapper starts using this word, I start using the word. We're not sheep. We are men. Allah says in the Quran that Islam started as something strange and it will turn as something strange. So a Muslim boy or a Muslim man in the time of the Prophet is one thing, and whether it's the 19th century, he's the same thing. So wallahi, and I'll tell you this for many converts, when we see brothers, and people know who a Muslim is. Even if they're not religious, people know if you're from Pakistan or you're from Morocco or you're from Somalia, that you're a Muslim. People know you're a Muslim when they walk in the street, whether they're religious or not. Non-Muslims know that you're Muslim. And it will never look smart. I don't care how much tunes you listen to, how many friends got doing the same thing. A brother named Abdullah, slave of Allah, walking down the street, screwing up his face, split behind his ear, you know, screwing everyone in his face. It will never be cool and it will never be normal. And to converts and non-Muslims, you just look confused because you're not a bad man. And you're not a rude boy. You may listen to music, but you come from a two-parent family. Your dad works long shift and your mum does nothing but love you. As Muslims, the vast majority of you, yeah, you have exception to the rules. But most of you, you come from a two-parent family. You know who your dad is. You've seen the definition of what a man is. You've seen a man go out, come back late and tired. You know what it's like to have a father, unlike the kuffar. So how this bad man came out of a house where his father pays for his clothing, pays for his driving lessons, His mother does nothing but love him, kiss him, tidy up his room. Even when he kisses his teeth at her. Even when he slams the door in her face. Even when he talks over her. All she does is clean up your room, love you, kiss you, and so forth. But you're still acting like a bad man. And as non-Muslims, we can see when you're walking down the street, you're not bad. This weed, this is not part of your lifestyle. You're just a person listening to music and hanging out with the wrong people who looks like a walking contradiction. So the whole point is that, let me get to the... No Muslim should end up in prison. No Muslim should end up in prison. Because wallahi, why would a Muslim end up in prison? Don't tell me you rob and steal because you're starving for bread and water or food. You're starving. So you've got to lick a bank, or you've got to do a smash and grab on a jewelry shop, or you have to rob somebody. You are not starving. None of you, or no bruv, not even Muslims or non-Muslims. No one goes and robs a bank, does a smash and grab, robs someone, yeah, and then starving runs into Tesco's and says, "Oh, please can I have some bread and water, please?" So you're not robbing for food to eat. No, what is it? You want designer clothes. You want a nice phone. You want a fat car. So you want excess. So that's why you're robbing. Nobody here is starving. That's why they do crimes and they end up in prison. You're doing it because you want greed, because you're being brainwashed and you're being hypnotized by this music and stuff, and you want things above your means. And as I said, the last thing in the Quran, Islam started as something strange. And it will return as something strange. So as a Muslim, we don't fit into this smoking weed, drinking alcohol, you know what I'm saying? Stabbing man up, shooting man. This is not our culture, this is not our way, this is not our way of life. And if you do fit into it, you're confused. Because if you find it normal to smoke a spliff out in public, even though Allah, the creator of the sun, the moon, the stars of the sky said it's haram and it's a major sin, then either you think you're strong enough to handle the punishment, or you're dumb enough and you're just doing it anyway. But it's not about being a criminal, because a Muslim ends up in jail. And being a criminal against this country's laws is one thing. And you may think amongst your friends, yeah, I'm cool, I'm bad, I got arrested, you know what I'm saying, I was in a police cell, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to go to jail, my friends are going to rape me. But I don't know, any Muslim who's got one brain cell, yeah, that thinks being a criminal in the sight of Allah is a cool thing. That person's shop you stole from, or that person you robbed and took their phone, or that person who you beat up and took their wallet or whatever and so forth. That is the last creation. So whether you think he's a waste man, whether you think he's a chief, whether you think he's a joke or stuff like that, forget him. You've just punched the last creation in the face. If you think that's smart, go ahead. You've just taken Allah's creation's property, because Allah said in the Quran, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I did not create mankind and jinn except to worship me. So that person, whether he's from Bush, whether he's from Hayes, whether he's from Brixton, whether he's from Peckham or whatever, he was put on this earth for Allah to worship him. And you robbing him and attacking him as a Muslim. Why you're giving him a bad view of Islam? Because he knows by your ethnicity and by your face that you're Muslim, so that might turn him off Islam, and he might not decide to worship Allah or accept the dawah because a Muslim came and abused me. So that's one thing. And secondly, Allah did not put him on the earth for you to interfere with him, yes, and bully him. So if you think you're bad man, if you think you're rude, but if you think you're tough, which you're not, keep on picking on people who are Allah's property. And thinking it's cool. Think it's cool. Keep on punching up this man. Keep on taking that man's stuff. Keep on intimidating this guy because he's smaller than you. Yawm al-Qiyamah, they will see if you're cool. But anyway, a Muslim ends up in prison. And I don't know where to start from here. Because a Muslim... There's no reason why a Muslim in this country should end up in prison. Your dad works, your mother loves you. You make sure the bills are paid, you've got heating in your house, you've got lighting in your house, you've got food to eat. Your mum does nothing but care about you and love you and kiss you and tidy up your room after you mess it up while you're kissing your teeth and you're slamming the door in her face and talking to her like she's your, I don't know, your servant or something. But if you know anything about prison, you'll know it's not cool. And you'll know it's a humiliating and uncivilized thing. A prison is like a zoo. There's no bad man and rude boys in prison because you have no power. No power whatsoever. And if you don't know, I'm going to give you a tour of what prison's like. There's no honor in prison at all. Let me give you an example. You go to prison and a cell. You'll be in a cell. You can go like that and you can touch both sides of the cell. The walls of the cell. That's how big it is. It's that narrow and it's about like 2-3 meters. That's it. And there's a bunk bed in there. And you have to share with someone else. Tell me how this makes, how this raises a person. And you have to share that cell with someone else. So, for example, you're in a cell now. A man gonna go toilet because most of the time when you're in jail, you're in a 2-man bang-up, a 2-man cell. Yes? So he wants to go toilet now. And remember, it's an enclosed place. You can go like that and for both sides of the wall. And it's only a few meters long. So when my man wants to go, tell me how this makes you a rude boy and a bad man. So when he wants to go toilet, he goes toilet. And you hear the poo drop and you hear the water. And you're bad man, but what can you do about it? Man wants to go toilet. Listen to me. He wants to go toilet. You're a bad man, yeah? You're in a cell. Yes? Another man goes toilet. You hear the poo drop and splash in the water. And you have to smell it because you're enclosed with him. And the windows don't open wide because there's a jail. How is that cool? Another thing, you want to go toilet. The toilet rolls run out. You ask the governor to come. Press the bell, I need toilet paper. If the governor doesn't decide like he wants to come, he might come tomorrow. What are you going to do? You have to hold it in. Where's the honour in that? And you're panicking, oh damn, I don't want to I don't want to go toilet on myself. Where's the honour that? When you have to eat, you can't choose to eat when you want to. The governor has to come and open up the cell for you. Where's your power? What's the difference between that and a monkey in a cage? They feed the monkey when they want to. They clean out the monkey's cage when they want to. They let the monkey exercise or whatever when they want to. So where's the bad man? Where's the rude boy? Where's the honour with this? And to be honest, I'll say to most of you brothers, everyone brothers, yeah? A lot of brothers think, yeah, because they're moving in a crew and stuff, I'm bad and rough and this, that and the other and stuff. Yeah? What are you going to do when you get locked in a cell with someone who's physically bigger than you? Like a lot of you think you're tough and you think you're rough and you're bad because you can get a knife or you move a holy per man. What are you going to do when you get put in a cell with, like your older brother, if you have an older brother, sometimes he bullies you, yeah, and he plays with you roughly and he twists you up. Forget your older brother, he's only playing with you. Say you're in a cell with the next man now. And this person's life, he comes from a non-Muslim family. His father was never around. You know what I'm saying? He's grown up on weed. He's grown up on alcohol. He's grown up on punching man in his face and kicking man downstairs. Because, brothers, you can pretend that you're evil. You're not evil. You can pretend you're a bad person. But the reality is that you grew up in a loving home. You grew up in a home of comfort. Your dad is always working long hours. He provided for you. You sleep in a warm bed. You've seen both of your parents. They've had 30 years, 40 years marriage. You know what I'm saying? You go to sleep, nice pillow, nice, quilt. You wake up in the morning, you have bloody Cheerios or Weetabix. Your life, where's your problems? Now you just start listening to some rap from America and you think you're in the ghetto. No, bruv. So you can pretend you're bad, but when you get knocked up in a cell with some thickly struggling and he holds you by your neck and he slaps you up and says, make up my bed. And what you gotta understand, in jail, the crazy thing about jail is this. They mix everyone up in jail. Where's the brother? Good. What time does that start? Where are the brothers? How long I got left? Huh? 10 minutes, yeah? Cool. 15? Okay, cool. What you gotta understand about prison, the messed up thing about prison is that when I was in prison, 3 people killed themselves. Because when you in prison, you may have someone that's in there for shoplifting. He goes into a shop, he picks up his Snickers and stuff like that, and he gets caught a few times for that, and he ends up keep on doing it, and he goes jail. But you got a person like that in jail, or someone who doesn't pay their parking fines, and they end up going jail. But you got someone like that, and then you got someone like that from like Peckham or Brixton or Stockwell, yeah. A youth that's just been through care homes, this care home, that care home, never known his dad, never known his father. People abused him, stuff like that. Stepdads punched him up and stuff like that. So you have some people that are mentally messed up. People who enjoy stabbing people. I'm not talking, a brother might have rushed somebody or stabbed someone due to peer pressures. Oh, I want to do it so the brothers think I'm cool. I'm talking about people, a person. Maybe you don't know these kind of people. I know these kind of people as a non-Muslim who can throw acid in someone's face and find it funny. When you get locked up with a person like that, or that can cut someone from this side to that side and enjoy it, they enjoy it. You ain't going to be laughing. When Abdi 8 stone or 9 stone or this, that and the other gets locked up with someone and he's about 16 or 17, gets locked up with 21-year-old Razor who's been benching and in and out of his life all the time. Then we're going to see who's bad. And then we're going to see who's evil. Because you can pretend you're bad. And you can pretend you're rough. But in reality, non-Muslims and people that really live that life can see through you. So think you're bad in your group of friends. And think you're bad. Aki, you got something? Aki, you got something important to say? Okay, because you brothers keep speaking at the back. So if you want to enlighten something, you can tell us. Anything? What is it? Okay. It's okay if you've got something important to say, you can come and speak. But the point I'm trying to say to you is you can pretend like you're a bad man. You know why we're not? Every child is born on a fitrah. Allah said, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that every child is born on a fitrah. Meaning the natural inclination to believe in something greater, to believe in Allah. There's a force greater. You know what I'm saying? And that it's parents that make it a Jew, a Christian, or a fire worshipper. So generally, you're made a pure person. And your environment shapes you. But you come from a good environment. You come from an environment with a mother that does nothing, that loves you. A father that does nothing but work and provide for you. So I want to know how you end up in prison. How do you end up in prison? Like I said, it's not for food or water. You're not starving and that's why you have to go out and rob. And as the brothers were saying before, about the postcode beefs, it makes no sense. Imagine your mothers, they're both in a town in Somalia. And for whatever reason, they leave her and they come here to this country, yeah? Because whatever they're fleeing back home. So they come here for a better living. When they come to this place, they can't afford a house because the prices are just too ridiculous to buy a house outright. So what they do, they eagerly go to the council and they practically beg the council, can we have somewhere to stay or rent out and so forth. And maybe they go through some of your mothers, they were living in B&B or a hostel, one room, bare kids, cramped, one using the shower after each other, like hard situations. Yeah? And then what happened is eventually, after years of struggling and crying and making dua and stuff, they get moved into a council house. And she's pleased that she got like a suitable place with a roof over, heating, not being moved there. So imagine these two different parents, they come from a place in Somalia, maybe the same town. They come to this country. The government puts her in this, she goes to this B&B. This person goes to this B&B. They're originally from the same town. Then the council puts one person in Bush, one person in Hayes. Then these two jokers, who are given to birth to by these mothers that have gone through struggling, they see each other or whatever. And they realise they're from different areas. And then this guy says, well, I've seen this guy walking down the street. He's not from my area. I realise I've gone to another area. I've seen him from there. I'm going to stab him. What are you talking? For what? He's a waste man. Why is he a waste man? Oh, he's from that area. Hold on, Allah created the earth. There was no Peckham, there was no Brixton, there was no Shepherd's Bush and Hayes. It's one globe. With water on top of it, so it looks like it was separated and with different islands. And you're not going to kill each other because some government said this is Shepherd's Bush and this is Hayes and kill each other. And your mother's struggling to keep the rent for the council. What? How does that make sense? But you know when it makes sense? When Abdul, when Muhammad, when Uthman, when Ali, when Omar is listening to music. Abdullah, Omar, Uthman, Ali come down from their nice warm bed, from their nice warm pillow. Have their nice warm breakfast. Enjoy the nice morning, look through their many clothes and decide what tracksuit they're going to wear. Then they go out, put their headphones in, screw up their face. I'm going to kill him, stab him, jump on his head. In his head. You just left your nice, warm, comfortable, heated, lighted home. You ain't got problems. You make your problems from yourself. I remember one of the brothers from PDC, one of the Judge of Souls who's converted to Islam. He's not practicing, but he just said, these Muslims, and everyone can look at you in your face and tell this brother is Pakistani, he's Muslim, this brother's Somalian, he's Muslim, this brother's Moroccan, this that. These guys are crazy. They're living life backwards. He said, we used to rob and steal and do these things and stuff to get out of the ghetto. These guys have got good life and they're messing their life up. Wallahi, he looks like a billboard. Like, what the hell are you doing for life? You have a father that works, he's willing to pay for your driving lessons, for your clothing, for this, that, and that. You have a mother that loves you. You know who both of your parents are. Go down you can have a Muslim family on a council estate and you can have a non-Muslim family on a council estate. Go to the Muslim family. Do you know your father? Yes. How long have your parents been married? 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Go to the non-Muslim family. Go to 9 kids on the playing by the busted council estate wall. Do you know your father? No. Do you know your father? No. 9 out of 10 don't know who their fathers are. And you've got Quran on top of that. And you've got Hadith on top of that. And you've got Jum on top of that. And you've got uncles at work. Someone else into their car. Someone is a self-employed cab driver. You've got example of what a man is supposed to be to some degree. These kuffar ain't got nothing because you're following them. And then us Muslim converts, whether we came from jail, whether we came from gang, from our mashed up families, coming from the guy, we see you with your perfect life and you're messing up and you just look confused.com. Abdullah, slave of Allah, is going into prison. Why? He battered the old lady and took her handbag. And these guys Majnoon. Be yourself. As I said, you can listen to this music and I'm gonna wrap up. As I said, alhamdulillah, as a Muslim now, I couldn't give a monkey's what anyone thinks about me. Islam gives you something. When you practice a Muslim, you're not a yes man. You're not one of the guys that you know what I'm saying? You're not a clown just following everyone else. You become a person of principles. Yes, I'll walk down the street with my fold above my ankle. Yes, I'll go my bed. Yes, I'll walk down my phone. I don't give a monkey's what you think. You don't even know how to clean yourself when you go to the toilet. What are you talking about? Yeah, call me Bin Laden, whatever, this, that, and the other, and so forth. Yeah? Mock me about how I dress, tell you this, that, and the other. I don't give a damn what you think. I know why I'm here on this earth. I know the reality of who I am. I am a Muslim. I'm not a rude boy. I'm not a bad man. I'm a Muslim. I walk down the street. People can look at me. Other people my age can look, scream. I don't give a monkey's what you think. I know why I'm here, and I know where I'm going. But brothers seem to have an inferiority complex. And that's why I said music is not just something you listen to. It affects how you think about it. It affects how you think. It affects how you walk. It affects how you talk. Let me give you an example. There'll be 2 brothers, yeah? Walking down the street. A normal person, if they're walking down the street and he sees someone else their age, He looks at them, he doesn't recognize them. So what he does, yeah, and this is how a real life example of how music can mess up your life. A normal person walks down the street. If they see someone else their age, a young person, they look at them, they don't recognize him, they either say, alright, or they don't say nothing and they just look away. A young brother that's deep into music and thinks he's cool and he's rough and listening to kill him, stab him, jump on his head, grind music, he'll walk down the street, screwing up his face for no reason. He just had cornflakes and Cheerios and Weetabix, yeah? He just slept in a nice warm bed. His mother just kissed him goodbye. His father's setting up his driving lessons. But he comes out of the house, puts headphones, kidding, drop me, yeah, it's my real life, I'm real. Yeah, I'm real, I can feel it, the bass, the beats, my train, I'm real. Yeah. So he's walking down the street now, he's got that, he's screwing up his face. It's like you see the guy, he pulls up in the car. He's driving the car like this, I don't know what's wrong with the seat. He's driving like this, screwing up his face. I don't know why he's screwing, he's in a warm car. It's a fat ride, the heating's working. So he's driving that screen everywhere. Someone else pulls up to him, he's screwing. 9 out of 10 people are going to be intimidated, look away. But when he meets another one of him, what's going to happen? Someone's going to get hurt. So what happens with the young brothers? I'm telling you, they're walking down the street. A normal person who's not brainwashed by music. Muhammad cuts his name to Mo. Or Abdullah cuts his name to Abs. So he's walking down the street. He sees someone, another young guy his age. A normal person would just say, okay, either say hi or we won't say nothing. He'll just look away. But Abdi, Tupac, Grime, 6'7", where's it? I don't know. Tupac, Biggie, this, that. He can't look away. Because if I look away from him, he's going to think I'm a chief. And I don't want him to think I'm a chief because I'm so bad, so I have to keep on staring at him. So they keep on staring at him and they're both ready to kill him, stab him, jump on his head. So what happens? Who are you looking at, bruv? But because they're listening to music, they can't look away because in the music, a man is who their henches is. A man intimidates other people. A man, takes the rights of other people. But wallahi, what Islam taught me, is be yourself. And wallahi, you could give a monkeys what people think about me. You could hate me, you could dislike me, you could think I'm dressed wrongly for this, you could think whatever you want. I know what Tawheed is. I know what Aqidah is. I know what Jannah and Jahannam and Yawm al-Qiyam is. I do not give a monkeys what you think about you because you don't influence my life. So I'll keep on following that path and people that are following that path. And as long as I'm doing what my Lord's supposed to do and I have shortcomings, yes, I will be happy within myself. And I will end with this. For whoever doesn't want to listen to this message, it's cool, do what you want, because when you're young, when older people talk to you, it just goes in one ear and out the other. Because you just think everyone else who's 40, 50 or older than you just think they dropped out the sky at 40 or 50 years old. They just came out the sky, like with clothes on, they just dropped. Yeah. I haven't been living on this earth. I know nothing about living or anything. So when you're young, people talk to you, cool, say. You don't know what life is like. It's real out here. But if you want to be a criminal boy, be that Abdi with the split behind his head, with the, you know what I'm saying, with the split in his eyebrows, you know what I'm saying, he's swearing out in public and this, that and the other. Remember, the Prophet said, all of my ummah will be forgiven except those who publicize their sins. All of my ummah will be forgiven except those who publicize their sins. So when you're on the street hanging out, smoking a spliff, shouting loud, you know what I'm saying, they're chatting up girls and this, that and the other, you're just saying, Allah, I want to go to Jahannam, give me a first class ticket. And you can't be both. Yes? As I end now, you can't be a rude boy and a Muslim. Because a Muslim is someone that submits to the will of Allah, and a rude boy is someone that breaks every rule there is. So you can't be both. And if you try to be both, you just look confused, not come to the whole world. So the whole thing is, when we die and go into the grave, we're going to be asked 3 questions. Man Rabbuk, who's your Lord? Ma Dinak, what's your deen? And Man Nabi, who's your prophet? But you're not going to be able to get a piece of paper and just parrot it like in a test. It's going to be if your life attested to it. So if right now you've got bare tunes on your phone If you're going to walk out here in your book, going to bop and screw your face up. If you're going to go and hang out and just smoke with your friends, cause noise in the high street, and act like a rude boy and bad man, do that. Because when you go in the grave and you ask them questions, a man will come to you with a hammer. And he will say, Man Rabbuk, who's your Lord? And if you don't answer it, he will get that slim hammer and he will smash you and you'll go into parts. And then come again and he'll ask you again, Man Rabbuk. And he'll hit you again. And you'll come into particles and come back to, and again and again and again and again. Up until Yom Kiyama. So laugh at me, call me a waste man, say, this old uncle chatting rubbish. Whatever. Keep on doing it because it doesn't matter what I say or what the brother says or this, that and the other and so forth. If you believe in Allah, if you believe in Jahannam, if you believe in Jannah, you're going to have to meet Allah. And the creator of the sun, the creator of the moon, the creator of lava. I'm sure you've seen on social media that advert of the coke can and the lava and what the lava does to the coke can. If you think you're a report, keep on walking around like you're bad and this, that, and that. Because you will either choose to be a Muslim in this life freely by submitting to Allah's will, or Allah will make you submit to Allah's will in Jahannam. And I know myself. The reason why I stopped doing robbery and stuff and so forth is because in jail I read about the verses of Quran about hellfire, and I realized, hey, Jahannam and hellfire are not worth the money you get from crime, and I can't handle it, so I have to work. There's two choices: I could do crime and go Jahannam, or I can work. No, thank you. I think I'll work. Because I can't handle the punishment. So if you think you're a creation of Allah, when you get cramp, when you get toothache, Allah can turn that pain up as much as possible. And we can't handle it. I can't. I don't care how much you push, how much you press, how much steroids you're trying to take. We cannot handle Jahannam. And I'm scared of Jahannam. And I don't care who knows it. So I have to try to avoid it. And that's why I'm hanging around with the people that try to avoid it. Because I know who I am. And I'm not going to music, friends or waste man that are hanging around, doing nothing, smoking weed and following rappers that don't give a damn about them, fool me. I know how to avoid it. I've got shortcomings. But one thing I will never do, as the Prophet said, all of my own will be forgiven except those who broadcast their evil. My sins are my sins. And you will never see them on Instagram. You will never see them on any social media because I'm ashamed of it. And when I do them, I keep them private so I don't influence another believer, and because I'm ashamed of it. So post when you're in the club. Post when you just done a move and you got all the money. Post when you're rubbing up with a girl in the club and be proud of it. And let that hadith fit you like a glove. Because on Yom Kiyama, the history is there. And there's no deleting it. So if I do sins, no one's going to know about it from me. And I'm ashamed of it and I'm at top of it. And I don't walk down the street like I'm a bad man. And I don't listen to music and swear like I'm a bad man. And I don't build spliffs and all this stuff like I'm a bad man. Because I'm afraid of Allah. And I love Allah. And I'm grateful He put me to this deen. And I'm not a sheep. The only person I follow is the Prophet, and the Salaf, the companions, the Tabi'in, the Atba Tabi'in, and obviously the ulama. And that's the kind of peer pressure I care about. Screw these waste man. I couldn't give a monkeys. I'm not trying to rush to Jahannam. And I end there, inshallah. Jazakallah.